Hello and welcome to Backstage, where we chat about the latest in the worlds of film and TV. I'm Claire Gregory, and joining me this week is Sky's arts and entertainment reporter Bethany Manel and TV and film critic Stevie Wong. Now it's time for Timothee Chalamet fans to rejoice. Yes, Wonka has finally had its world premiere in London. And there's been a lot of anticipation for this one, partly because the trailer's got people thinking it wasn't going to be very good. It's got a massive star-studded cast, and it's a sort of origin story. We find out how Wonka became the guy that he did with the chocolate factory and everything like that. So first of all, let's hear from the premiere, where Timothee Chalamet told us what it was like working with Hugh Grant.
Working with Hugh Grant was a dream. Are you all right? You're trying to get out there? No. It was a dream working with Hugh Grant. He's a legend. He's got a wicked sense of humor. And he's super charming. He totally... I'm a Hugh stan.
And was it weird because he was obviously playing an Oompa Loompa? This is quite an unusual role.
Well, I didn't see him as that because it was all CGI, in reality, it was a tennis ball and a stick that was like a foot off the ground. But it's amazing. He might be my favorite part of the movie. The physicality they capture. I don't know how they did it. I really don't know how they did it. Live and love the tone of it, which I had, and I realized everything I'd worked on had, a very grounded seriousness to it, and that here I had to loosen up and play, kind of like I did in high school, but I hadn't done in like 10 years old, like we were cooking.
So after terrible reviews of the trailer, the reviews for the actual film of this have been pretty good. What did you guys think?
Well, there's been Chalamet mania, hasn't there? It's akin to Beatles mania. I mean, for me, he does a great performance. This is a great story. It's Roald Dahl, for goodness sake. But he has that wide-eyed innocence that just says to me he should have been playing Charlie 10 years ago. He's not a Wonka for me. He's just not dark enough.
Definitely not dark enough. For me, the OG Wonka is Gene Wilder, and if you remember that version, he was sociopathic. He would be more than happy to boil a child in chocolate, and he was, like somebody would drown in like this pool of the chocolate ocean or river that they had. And so I don't see how Timothy's character would then turn into that person. So maybe that's going to be like established in future episodes of Wonka. But I think in terms of this version, he is clean, he is nice, he makes chocolate and just wants everybody to have special chocolates. So, but it's cute. It's a cute film. So I won't take that away from Chalamet's performance.
I think I underestimated it. Of course, it's from Paul King, who directed the Paddington movie, so of course it was going to be good. And yes, the trailer is bad, but actually the film is much better. I'd say a really good kind of Christmas one to take the kids to.
Was it because they were keeping the fact it's a musical under their hat in the trailer? Maybe that's why.
Maybe. So Wonka is in cinemas from the 8th of December. Moving on to a new documentary on Netflix, American Symphony.
The most honored artist this year with 11 nominations is Mr. Jon Batiste, right there.
This is all about Jon Batiste, the musician who was nominated for a whopping 11 Grammys in 2022. But the documentary quite quickly turns to be about something else, as his wife, Suleika Jaouad, is diagnosed with cancer. Now, Bethany, you caught up with Jon and Suleika. What did you talk about?
Yeah, I mean, this is a music documentary. It's a love story, but as you said, it's also a cancer survival story. So lots of things wrapped into this film. And when I sat down with them, we talked about how the actual making of this documentary really helped them get through a tough time in their lives.
I believe that times of uncertainty, times of change, creativity becomes an act of survival. We're improvising, moving through the world. We're with each other. We're trying to see each other in the moments where we don't know how we can see each other, how we can connect, how we can compromise. We don't know, yet we have to move forward together. And ultimately, it's a matter of setting intention and figuring out how to creatively reach that intention when things have went not according to plan. That's it. I think anyone in the world can relate to that, whether you're a music artist, whether you're creative in the professional sense, everybody is creative in the life sense.
And American Symphony is available to stream on Netflix now. Now it is almost Christmas, guys. Now I think we can start talking about Christmas movies. Let's start with Genie on Sky Cinema, which is a remake of a film I thought was a massive deal because we had it on video growing up, called Bernard and the Genie. It turns out no one else saw it. It was a made-for-TV movie that we just happened to have lying around on a video. So for me, this is a remake. For you, it was brand new, Bethany.
Yeah, absolutely. This was totally fresh for me. I mean, it's a fun reworking of the Genie idea. Of course, we've got the wonderful Melissa McCarthy being fabulous. Paapa Essiedu, lovely, playing our lead guy. I mean, it's a lot of fun. It's nice to have a female Genie. This is very much a Christmas movie, though, isn't it? I mean, yeah, we've passed the Christmas embargo. We can talk about Christmas. It doesn't bring much more to the table than a bit of a fun, frothy Christmas story for me.
That's Genie on Sky Cinema, but also out this week on Prime Video is Candy Cane Lane.
It's magic! It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas!
High stakes as neighbors compete for best decorated house on the block.
I think this is the house to beat.
Wow. What's your Christmas wish?
I just want to win this thing. I'll take it.
And Stevie, this one was one that you were quite keen for us to sit down and watch.
Well, I think it's just the idea that Eddie Murphy is kind of doing these family movies again. And when I saw that he was doing this Christmas film, and it's also directed by Reginald Hudlin, who was very famous for writing the House Party movies back in the 90s. I was like, this could be a lot of fun. And surprisingly, this is a lot of fun. It's kind of about this father who wants to win the street-wide lighting ceremony in front of his house. And then he makes a deal with a certain person who turns out to be an elf, an evil elf, who makes him sign a contract that he tries to get out of. And so the whole rest of the film is how this family gets together. You know, his wife is played by Tracy Ellis-Ross, and she's so good in this too. And so just strong comedians kind of playing a Christmas film is totally what I like.
This is Eddie Murphy at his best. I mean, I don't like knock it off and think, oh, it's just a Christmas movie. This does have a little bit more to it. And an evil elf. Who doesn't need an evil elf in their life at Christmas? And plus, if kind of the light, the decoration of your house and making it look good in your street is a bit of a thing, you'll appreciate the competitiveness between neighbours for kind of putting up those lights.
Candy Cane Lane is on Prime Video. And that's it. We've given you the go-ahead to start watching Christmas films. 'Tis the season. It's finally here. That's it from us this week. Thank you very much to Bethany and to Stevie for joining me. And if you'd like to hear more from Backstage, you can download the full podcast. Just look wherever you usually get your podcasts, or you can scan the QR code, which is on your screen now. And we'll be back to chat again very soon.